Okay, morning everyone. So yesterday was the V8 supercars and my old man got tickets again. I'll explain why in some future shots. These are just a couple of sunrise shots. The sunrise was crazy this morning. These photos, I've only got a Mavic Mini 3, so the camera's not that good, and these photos are nothing compared to what it actually was. I was quite disappointed actually. It can't take photos in low light, but I did what I did. I tried to use that app called Snapseed to smarten them up a bit, but it just made them worse and really grainy. So that drone I've got is only good for daylight stuff. But yeah, we went down to, it's called Carco Raceway now, which it used to be called Wanneroo. I've always known it as Wanneroo Raceway. So that screenshot's coming up now. That's in relation to my place, about 20 minutes away. It's not that far. It's pretty good. And then there's a close-up shot of it here. So I'll keep referring back to this screenshot to show you where I was getting some of the pictures and videos from. And this charger, it's a Chrysler Valiant charger. I don't know the models. I'm not up to date with my Chryslers or Valiants. The guy that owns it, this car is really, really old. It's from the 70s. And when my dad was doing his mechanical apprenticeship, he worked for Ian Diffin, whose name's on the door there. He built this car. Not Ian Diffin, another guy called Jamie built it, but built it for Ian to race, and that was the pinnacle of Australian motorsports back in the day, racing these type of cars. It was pretty much whatever you could buy on the road. For a road car, you could modify. There was no proper racing car chassis or anything. It was what it was. You can see they moved the engine right back into the cockpit, so to improve the cornering and stuff like that of the car, the weight distribution. He didn't have the bonnet up, but if you see under the bonnet, there's nothing in the bonnet. The engine's there, and there's a bit of suspension underneath the bonnet, and that's it. All the engine is in there, right next to you. So that car was here this time last year at this same event, and we saw it, and Dad lost it. It was the first time he's seen it since he's worked on it back in the 70s when he was like 15 years old. Yeah, I think he left school in 14, 15. So yeah, that. He was working on it back then, probably 15 or 16, I'd say. And anyway, we found the guy that owned it. He's a nice guy. His name's Mike. Got Dad and him got talking, and for the last year, Dad's been going up to Mike's place and working on the car to get it back running. It's never going to race again, just because it's too valuable. It's $200,000-$300,000. I don't know, but up around there. I don't know exactly what he paid, but I kind of know the figure, but I won't say exactly what it is, but it's up around that price range. And you can't get parts for him. So everything's original, back how it was racing. So he's the current owner, and it's just a car that will just go to events and stuff like that now. Yeah, I didn't get any more photos of it, which is a shame. I only got those 2 photos, but yeah, pretty cool. So Dad actually got to drive it around the Collie Motorplex a couple of weeks ago. They just did a bit of a shakedown. They were under the impression that they were actually going to not race it, but put it on Wanneroo Raceway for the weekend just gone. But it got canned because they were too busy. So it was just going to do some parade laps. Yeah, so that was it. But yeah, pretty cool car. Sounds really nice, like a proper old school racing car. But yeah, anyway, so that's the story about that. And then you got this guy. He's Lee. I don't know what his name is. He owns an online gambling thing. He lives in Perth, I think. And these are some of his cars. He's got pretty much every hypercar, supercar you can think of. And these must just be the crap ones that he brings out to. And you can see how good they are. They're all special edition things, and he's ultra rich. Got massive boats. He's got him and his mates just lap around these cars. Sometimes you see him on the road, and there's 6, 7 of them, like these cars here, just going around the roads. Yeah, so pretty cool to see some of them out. He does do drive-alongs for little kids from the hospital as well. Yeah, and then these things are called Radicals, I think. They all look to me like to be the same kind of car. They must be like a controlled series. So yeah, and I'll whack a few videos in after this one, but they were pretty cool. They're pretty fast for what they are, kind of like a go-kart on steroids, but the next class of car you will see is a go-kart on steroids.
Madden continues to maintain around 75 start of the race. Ellie soon as made up.
next class was these little things. They're like a single-seater, squashed-down quarter-scale version of a Camaro or a Mustang, and looks to me like they've got some four-cylinder Yamaha motorbike engine in them, and that's exactly what they sound like as well. And the next class were these old school touring cars. So you just had a Commodore, Tirana, Mustang, Tirana, Falcon, Mustang, Camaro, I can't remember, and then a heap of Tiranas. Pretty cool. The Tiranas look like they were running Chevys in them, maybe to get them up to the 5.7, so that they're all equal. That way they've all got the same engine. But yeah, they were pretty cool. They sounded nice. He ended up winning that Commodore there. So a few Tiranas there bring back memories. I only just sold mine a couple of weeks ago, last week. So yeah, there's Camaro, the yellow one. I think that one yellow one was a Camaro and one was a Mustang, from memory. But yeah, pretty cool. This was the main event. This is the V8 supercars. It used to be Holden Commodores versus Ford Falcons. They don't make those cars anymore, so now it's Camaros versus Mustangs. And even then, they're not even a Mustang, or they just got headlights to make them look like that car. This series is really dwindling. It used to be the best of the best. A lot of guys have left now and gone to race NASCAR and IndyCar because I think they realise that this series is not going to be around much longer due to the fact that it's not Holden versus Ford. It's not cars you can buy. They don't even make Camaros anymore. And the cars are, I think they got the same engine. They got some 5-litre race prepped engine in them. And they're a tube chassis. They're not even the car that you can buy anymore. So yeah, I don't think they're as popular as what they used to be 4 or 5 years ago, and that's why all the drivers are kind of leaving and going somewhere else.
Running in this field. That car was pretty tricky
Yeah, and this was pretty cool to see. This guy flew over from Queensland. It was a 12-hour flight in that little plane and actually took off from the track. I've never seen that before. And he just did some tricks, and then he flew out to the ocean. And I don't know where he went after that. I thought he was going to land back here. I was recording, but yeah. You can see what I'm saying. There's hardly anyone here watching. I think I'll pan around. You'll see in the grandstand. It's just really not what it used to be due to the fact that it's not Holden versus Ford anymore. No one's got any skin in the game because the cars that you see racing, the normal person isn't going to buy them. But yeah, you can see all the grass on the other side there, all empty. A few people down that corner because that's where the crashes are. Even the grandstand's empty. There you go. It's not even full. Yeah. This guy's got I think it was a Silvia supercharged LS, and they reckon he uses 20 litres of fuel per lap. They're father and son actually. So that's the dad flying the plane and the son in the drift car. And Now we're kind of just going while the sun was around the back of the track. The dad be doing all tricks here. But anyway, I'll leave it there. This is the last clip of this plane. It never lands, so don't wait for the landing. It took off somewhere else to land. But yeah, it was a good day. We got free tickets from that guy that Dad knows, because he had a few cars there. I don't know if I'd pay the $100 odd to go and watch it. Maybe back in the day, but not these days. But a lot of people, you can see, had the same kind of thought as I did. So yeah. Anyway, have a good one, and that was my weekend pretty much. Catch you later.